What a difference perspective we might be sharing if the two were allowed through fantasy, because that's what it is, to remain in paradise and happily side by side in unconditional love ever after. Look where we'd be if that was the paradigm that we chose to believe. There are no yes buts in pure love, my friends. And once enough people walk that walk the walk, the paradigm shift will be transformative. And guess what? It begins with each one of us. You know, waiting for somebody else is the joke of the times and of the millennium. Not only is that true, that love is all there is, but now is all that's real. All the rest is camouflage, stories. As the great bard observed, life is a tale told by an idiot. Not to demean the good old days or the ones to come, we make a choice of either living contemporaneously, moment by moment. I call that being alive, aware, and ticking. Or we flounder in time zones without any aliveness, just imagination or projected experience. Life is about original material. First time productions. First time show. It's not about reruns. And we consider all of the time we spend on reruns in our lives is such a waste. And it's habitual. And with a lot of effort, we can wake up and just be here in the moment. Being mindful, alert, and conscious takes effort because we do so much by rote. When was the last time you experienced brushing your teeth? You know, you do it 2, 3 times, maybe 4 times a day. But have you ever actually experienced brushing your teeth? I mean, that's the issue. Are you alive and aware, or are you on some form of rerun? How about eating your cereal and still being hungry because you don't know you ate your cereal? Or drinking your coffee, not tasting it, but you drink your coffee because every day, you know, you have to have your cup of coffee, or 10 or 15 or, you know, or whatever. But do you experience it? Or have you had the experience, I can vouch for this, of reading a passage over and over again, especially like a court summary or an appeal decision or something. And I read it over and over again because somehow when I was reading it, I wasn't paying attention to what I was reading. That's called existing. That's not called living. That's not called being in the now. Real living is about paying attention as our existence unfolds. Period. Period. All else, if you'll excuse the language, is mental masturbation. And oh, do we do a lot of it. It's not that we haven't experienced living in the now. We all did when we first arrived in this world, and until it was literally drained out of us with the don't do this, the don't do that, the be this way, not that way, the stand up straight, the in this family we act this way, the why can't you be like your father or your mother or the kid down the street. We get the picture. We go from infants with an extremely excited spontaneity and desire to discover new things to boring, monotonous, acquiescing automatons, predictable robots, if you will. The present, the now, is about renewed self-discovery. It's about seizing every moment as if it were the last, because guess what? It is the last. There is no promise of the next moment. And the moment that passed is going to do us no good whatsoever. It is about surrendering to what is without whimpering. And some of us have a lot to whimper about, and I'm not belittling that. But the question is, does it do us any good? Or wishing that things were different. It's about giving up all of the following. Suffering. Suffering is optional. You got to make a decision to suffer. And if you're conscious, it's very difficult to say, well, this is the only moment I have and I'm going to suffer. Can't do it. It's about expectations. It's about pain. It's about revenge. It's about fault-finding and the myriad of other negative, debilitating emotions and feelings that weigh us down. Living in the now allows for freedom from all that baggage. I don't know if any of you heard the, of course I can't remember, the emotional baggage. I can't remember the comedian's name, but he did an incredible piece on the baggage that we carry with us. George Carlin, thank you. God rest his soul. And it has, and it has absolutely no good, this baggage that we, some of us actually get to a point where we can't even stand up straight anymore because there's so much baggage going on. And it does no good, and it creates so much pain. So, returning to Shakespeare, As You Like It, for more wisdom. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man or woman in his time plays many parts. His, her acts being 7 ages. At first the infant, and then it goes on. I could keep going. I'll just tell you that the infancy stage, the whining schoolboy stage, we've all been through that, the maudlin stage, the soldier stage, the justice stage, and the old age stage, and of course finally death. But the point is, wherever you are in those stages, all that's real is right now. And when you get caught up in the stages, you're not living. You're not being. One of the other readings that I was going to do, that I am now going to do, is called Desiderata. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even to the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain or bitter. For always they will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It's a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery, but let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection, neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of use. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive Him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. I'm running over, but of course I'm a lawyer, so what do you expect? I'm just going to say two more things. Fear is the opposite of love. And fear is false evidence appearing real. So remember that every time you're scared. First of all, you're not living in the now. You can't be scared of the now. But second of all, it's going to turn out not to be so. And finally, consider this. We grew up thinking that there's this world out there, and we're outsiders. Well, I suggest you consider this. Forget being there, and think about being here. Because whether you like it or not, you create the world. And you create your world. And so make it a happy one. So may it be.